And we come together now for our prayer for humanity, extending beyond ourselves and yet including ourselves, because we're all one human family. So let us just together remember, before God, the great need of all humankind, that we may pray to God and to make quiet that busy mind of every day. Just go into our hearts as we open our hearts to the Father, Mother, God, to Christ the Son, to the Holy Trinity of wisdom, love, and power. In the holy name of Christ, by the Christ light in the hearts of all people, we call upon the great angels of Christ. We feel their presence and their power. We attune ourselves to the prayers of all men and women everywhere. And being thus prepared and ready before God with all the will of our minds, with all the love of our deepest hearts, we send forth the light. We send it forth as a great star of light, a blazing star, withstanding, overcoming all evil, triumphant over darkness and death, a star of the Christ light. By all the power of Christ within our hearts, we send forth the light. We hold in the heart of the Christ star the leaders and the peoples of the nations of the Americas, the soul of the Americas. And may the light of the Christ star awaken the wisdom of the ancient Sun Brothers in the hearts and the minds of all the people of the Americas, to bring peace and healing to all of life. So now let us hold within this great healing symbol of the Christ, the star, anyone known to us personally who is in need of help or healing. Just see them perfect in the light. As we thank you, Lord, for your presence and the blessing of your healing grace upon these, your family. Amen. 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 I'm just holding that sense of peace and quiet. We'll join in our healing circle, which will be a little different this morning. But first we open our hearts to the Christ power, wisdom and love, as together we call upon the angels of healing to draw close. We come into the soft radiance of this love as we focus and hold the healing light of the Christ star over all of those who are seeking solution to this present state of our earth school. That's a prayer that I'd like to share for all those who are doing the work, seeing beyond themselves, seeing the light, trying to draw each other into an awareness that eventually all must come together in harmony. Blessed are you who bear the light in unbearable times, who testify to its endurance amid the unendurable, who bear witness to its persistence when everything seems in shadow and perhaps grief. Blessed are you in whom the light lives, in whom the brightness blazes your heart, a chapel and altar where in the deepest night can be seen the fire that shines forth in you in unaccountable faith, in stubborn hope, in love that illumines every broken thing that it finds. In love. So it is, with hearts full of love and gratitude, we hold all who are part of the solution, all who are looking to the light, all who are working together. We give our thanks to the angels who bear this truth and this light. Good morning again. Our reading is from this lovely little book called Seeking Serenity. And the chapter which Susan has chosen is called You Are Not Alone. Whatever problem you now face, beloved friend, face it in the light of Christ. Look into the face of the Master, the gentle, wise elder brother, and strive daily to live in thought, in company with the Master. And you will find that conditions will be made clear for you, and the path before you will be straightened out. Hand in hand with angels. Our beloved family, we bring all love from the world of spirit. Never think of the spirit world as removed from you. It is all around and within you, and will always guide you into the path of light. We bring dear love to you all, and the assurance that none of you are alone, that whoever and whatever you are loved and you are helped. As you love others, and as you help yourselves, so the help of the angels come to you, raising you up until your lives glow with joy and all becomes light. Never forget the angel by your side. Hold the hand of love and true humility in your work. Angel servers are always close, but they all need the cooperation of human love. Remember this. They are great rays of power and strength, enfolding and protecting. From them emanate the God forces. They mingle with those who have incarnated in a human body. They work hand in hand with men and women. You can develop your awareness and your fitness to be clear and true channels for those angelic forces by communing with God each day, even if only for a short time. Just send your thanks to your Creator, and in the consciousness behind your active human brain, dwell in the knowledge that the angels are with you, the heavenly host. Strive to be simply good, simply kind and pure in thought, in speech and action. Thank God for your life and all the blessings that it has given, for the beauties of the sunrises, the sunsets, the beauty of the clouds and the skies. Enjoy the gentle rain without resentment at getting wet. Turn your face to the raindrops and thank God that Brother Water comes to give you life. Brother Air comes to give you life. For in all these elements are the angelic. And when man understands this, he can then be at one with the angels, working hand in hand with the angels. If you will be steadfast on the path to which your feet have been guided, by brethren before you on that path, you will find the treasures of life, which are a never-ending stream of help, healing, and happiness. We, your brothers and guides, are on the road by your side. Not one of you stands alone. We've only to ask in simple trust, and you will receive. Whatever your need, it will be supplied. Each one of you has your own guide by your side, one who never leaves you. Your guide knows your innermost need and will comfort and lead you surely into green pastures and beside still waters. Some of you are faced with problems that seem to be insurmountable, and you may think that we in spirit know nothing of your human needs and your difficulties. You do not realize how close we are, or that sometimes when you are out of your body in your sleep, you come to us and confide your weakness, your sorrow, your worry. Your brethren over here understand and are waiting to help you. Do you know that many of these friends are around you now, acting as silent helpers, silent watchers, ever on the lookout for opportunities to serve and to help, to guide and to inspire you? We who come from the inner worlds are well aware of the practical details of human life, for we have walked that path. You may think we're quite remote from the activities of the pains and fears and sufferings of the brothers and sisters on earth, but here you would be very much mistaken. The Brotherhood of the White Light is closely concerned with the evolution, happiness, and well-being of all the family of humanity. We have passed through many incarnations and have means of recalling these human experiences when necessary. Therefore, we are able to feel with you. We can understand your frustrations, limitations, anxieties, worries, and fears. We can understand physical pain and spiritual suffering. Remember, we're part of you. We are one of you. We are all with you. So God bless you.
Good morning, everyone. It's always so nice to get here finally, and how much my heart is in joy to see everyone. It really means a lot. So you may have guessed we're going to be talking about the angels today. It's our theme. And I titled this, Calling All You Angels. So I was talking with Jane about this before the service. There's so many different ways you can talk about the angelic realm, the angels. It's a vast body of information. But what I was my attempt today, my intention is to give you some practical ways to be more in touch with the angelic realm, or at least have more awareness, more consciousness around their light. So we would all like to travel with the angels by our side, and the angels are so happy and delighted, really, to be with us. They want to serve. They want to be by our side. And there are different ways that we can assist this. To touch into the angelic realm, it has a lot to do with your vibration. You know, the thoughts you're holding, where is your light? And we all know the angels will come closer. We can feel them better when we have calmed our own inner storm. Our own, all of us these days are up against it in one way or the other, physically, emotionally, mentally. And White Eagle says tranquility of soul is of the utmost importance, because only in its tranquil moments is the soul actually receptive to the ministry of the angels. It's not that they won't come if we're going nuts, but it's easier for us to sense them, and it's easier for them to come in and do the work with us. And it's a trick, because I know for myself, I call on the masters, the angels, visualize the star when all has gone awry. And it's in that moment that we need to center. So that's kind of our task, is to be at peace while all around us is craziness, because that way we can do more good. And this is from White Eagle. He says, it's important to retain an awareness of the angels' dispassion. One cannot contact the angels with a heart full of emotionalism of any kind, since their love is one based on knowledge and awareness of the justice and wisdom of the divine. They really have an awareness of the whole. So when they come in to intervene, when we call on them, they can see the true need of the soul at that point. You know how you have a prayer for this and a prayer for that, but they, like all the masters, have that wonderful overview, and they will minister to you as makes sense for the growth of your soul. Also, and I've seen this in many different places, that the angels really like it if you call them out loud. So, we have vibration in our voice, and it's not always possible to call the angels out loud, but hey, we can just say, I need you, Lord Michael, whatever archangel that you are tuned into, and say it out loud. They want to come in and help, and we actually do need to call them. It's kind of one of the laws. So in this book, Walking with the Angels, I think many of you have read that, a White Eagle book. White Eagle talks about certain qualities of the soul that are helpful if we develop them in ourselves. That, again, is another way to bring the angelic realm closer in. So I'm just going to list some of the qualities. And my number one favorite is humor. Yippee! This is a quality which balances desire and effort, and it takes us out of our heads. If you ever notice if someone tells you a joke or jumps out at you or makes you laugh, all of a sudden all the things you were thinking about or worried about, they all just kind of dissolve. And I talked to this one person who said every time before they meditate, depending on the situation, of course, they try to laugh or at least smile. Because then we don't take ourselves so seriously or whatever we're doing so seriously, and we're more lighthearted and flexible. I love that. So, okay, we've got humor, and then the next one kind of goes hand in hand. It's simplicity and humbleness, kind of two that walk together. So White Eagle says humbleness, or humility really, is born of trust and acceptance and release into God's care. So when you think about that, being truly humble, you don't think you're running the show. You don't think you're in control. You know that Spirit is, and you hand it off to Spirit. You relax, and that creates a great deal of humbleness, that we are not in charge. We like to think so. So any activity like dancing, singing, running, laughing will help us relax into life. It will break down rigidity of thought, the inflexibility of the mind, the restricted physical self. And when you relax into life, however you do that, this creates a kind of simplicity and a humbleness, really. It's like children. You watch children play. They run and dance and jump, and they are simple. So I just wrote, perhaps we should laugh, dance, and sing our way down the street and into the embrace of the angels. Be in joy with them. And nature mirrors this liveliness for us as we walk amongst her flowers and see the foliage dancing in the wind. Being in nature will release our concerns. The angels of nature will help heal the broken places. I know after I've taken one of my walks, if I've got something that I'm winding in my head, invariably at the end, after being in nature, it's dissolved in some way that no longer occupies my mind. The ruminations stop. A couple other qualities that White Eagle mentions are harmony and beauty. It's like these qualities really create a bridge between humanity and the angelic realm. White Eagle describes harmony as training the self to do everything that seems to be necessary in the most beautiful way. Not necessarily the easy way, but the beautiful way. And he says about beauty, you must train yourself to behold beauty in many forms, and until that beauty has a correspondence in the beholder, it does not exist. Within you lies the beauty and the power to behold and also to manifest beauty. When we see beauty and harmony and hold to that, and we can create beauty wherever we are in the most simple gestures, our offices, our homes, our gardens, our cars. And when we hold to beauty and harmony, we assist the angels in bringing these qualities to us, to the situation, to the earth, to an even higher degree. Well, again, it's about awareness, isn't it? It's about consciousness, just being aware. So, just to kind of, before I go on to the next piece that I'm going to share, just to go back over that our job really is to center. Is really to center. It's for everything, but I'm talking about the angelic realm now. So calling in the angels, just center yourself no matter what is going on, and then they can come and work with you. Also, the qualities. So we've got humor, simplicity, humbleness, harmony, and beauty. And there are many more. And to develop these qualities, to be aware of these qualities, you develop their soul qualities. And I don't know, one teaching that I had years ago, they talked about how each soul has 3 main qualities that you come in with and that you continue to develop and that you share. So that's something to be thinking about, I think, a little bit, like what qualities do you have and how are you sharing them? I wanted to mention this Wednesday, going on to another little topic here, is Archangel Michael's, it's called Michael Mass, and we're celebrating him. So you might want to, on this Wednesday, just kind of tune into the energy of Archangel Michael. I'm going to call him right now. Let's call him right now. Hey, Lord Michael. Yes. So we call on Lord Michael to be with us at this very moment, bringing in his beautiful light. And I see him as our protector. I know he has many roles, but he will come when we call. He will come. That is his promise to us. And he wields his blue sword of justice and helps to cut the ties which bind us in so many ways. I think he assists in keeping the soul sovereign. And when I say that, I mean, all day long we're sending out thoughts and feelings and all this to other people, to situations, and they to us. And so one of the wonderful things that Lord Michael can do is cut the ties that bind. And so we stay then in our center, we stay sovereign. It's not that we don't have compassion, it's not that we don't connect with others, it's not that we don't love, but we can do that from such a better place when we are centered ourselves and we are sovereign in our thoughts and in the way that we are with others. So this blue sword, which I love to visualize, is like a sparkling electric blue which has been fashioned from pure light substance. It is a sword from the great central sun. He's a sun god. And this from one source. It says the sword has been passed to Michael from the Elohim Hercules. So I read that. Let's see. And when this sword of blue flame blazes into a negative manifestation, nothing can stand against it. I have a friend, she told me a story. She loves Archangel Michael. And she and her 2 children were in a place where she didn't feel safe, and they were spending the night. And so she called on Archangel Michael, and he will come to you in whatever guise makes sense for you. And she said she saw him at the door, like a sentinel, in his armor. It was beautiful. And then she said she's clairaudient. She heard him lift his sword out of the scabbard, and she could hear it. And then he stood there, and she said then she could sleep. She and her children were safe. I thought that was such a lovely story. So Michael and his angels of deliverance, they work 24 hours a day, of course, rescuing souls from the accumulation of our own human creation, miscreation, I guess I would call it, over the centuries. He also assists us, like all the angelic realm, in upholding the blueprint of our lives. Are we following that which we came in to do? Do we feel like we're on our path and we're doing the work that has been assigned to us? So you can call on him for clarity in that arena. He also assists those, of course, passing from the body. One thing I like, I have my nephew up north as a cop, and Lord Michael sponsors police departments and law enforcement agencies throughout the world. And you think here in the United States, it's the men and women in blue. They're in blue. So you can call him in whatever way appeals to you. He will answer. And it is his promise to us that he will come when we call. We can do that. I do that every night before I go to sleep. And kind of exercise that muscle of invocation. One thing I'm going to go back, this is going to seem a little out of place here, but I wanted to mention something when I was talking about the angels. And if you remember the movie Australia, I think Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman, that beautiful film. Well, there's a wonderful Aboriginal boy in there who is afraid of losing his adopted mother. And when they have to be parted, and this really struck me, he tells his adopted mother not to worry. This young boy, he says, I will sing you to me. I will sing you to me. And when I heard that, I thought it went through all the, we have worries and thoughts and this and that, and it was just like in the voice, in the energy of song, I will come back to you. It was really very moving. And I kind of am relating it back to when I was talking about dancing and singing and relaxing into life. And I think the Aboriginal folks have a little beat on that, I would say. All right. So this is a quote from White Eagle. So I've talked about different ways to contact the angelic realm, and now it's like, okay, where does the rubber meet the road? The power lies in you, and you have it in your power by your devotion to and love of God and his or her angelic servers to heal the wounds of humanity and to bring heavenly light and understanding, heavenly comfort and peace into the mind and the heart of humankind. And so with our lovely angelic friends, when we're ready for them, when we call them, we can then be in a place where we can do the most good on the earth by walking with them, talking with them, invoking them, and then they can bring their wonderful energy onto the planet where it is so needed now, so needed. Always needed, but very much now. Right, thank you. Amen. So now we're going to move into our communion. So if you just want to close your eyes and take a deep breath. And picture yourself sitting in the middle of a very large crystalline structure, almost like a greenhouse. And you are surrounded by beautiful growing plants, trees, and flowers. There's a pool there with brilliantly colored fish and a fountain of rainbow-colored light. And you can hear the fountain splashing, the birds are singing, maybe there's some wind chimes there too. It's very delightful to the senses. And maybe a soft breeze is gently stroking your forehead. And in the air you can smell flowers. What smells better than flowers? Lilies and roses and hyacinths. And in this beautiful space that you are sitting in, you can feel or sense your angel. We all have a guardian angel and other angels we work with. But you can sense your angel moving towards you. Maybe it'll put its hand on your shoulder, at your heart, your brow. And it's feeding you with this beautiful crystalline green golden light just pouring into your system. Every single cell of your body, it is entering from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. And if you feel today there's any particular place in the body that needs a little extra attention, a little more light, a little more ease, maybe ask the angel just to come, place their hand there, maybe the tip of their wing, and to bless you with their grace and light, and to fill you with that lovely, lovely, again I say crystalline, uplifting light. So you can draw in strength and comfort, healing, and balance from the angelic realm. And they are taking communion with us today. They hand you a beautiful crystalline goblet, which is filled with this charged light. You can sip it, drink it, whatever feels right to you. It will make its way through your body, lighting all the different places that need to be lit up and healed. So we thank this angel, the angels that have come to each one of you, the angels that are here in the temple today, for their loving attention to our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. And your particular angel is just going to just step gently away now. It's kind of disappearing into the light. But you will hold that sensibility, that sense of the light in your body today, and feel at ease and joy. They bring so much joy. Now we're back here in the temple, our beautiful temple of the golden rose, filled with the golden light, the green light of healing. Thank you so much. Thank you, angels. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Lord Michael.